Hey guys, Mark here. I wanted to show you how to cut your hair. Look at this. This is so long. Most of you don't know what to do with this coronavirus. So what we're going to do is teach you how to cut your hair. Alright? So you start with clippers. Don't get too crazy with them. And then find what is the best setting. So I use number 4. And I just do my thing. I always layer it and do it bigger number, lower number, even smaller number, and then in the back, the smallest number. Just takes a little bit of time. And if you're good and have a round head, and it's not a square head, you're even better. So now I'm going down to the next smaller size. Get some of this hair off me. The most important thing is trying to make sure everything back here is even. So I just kind of hold it next to your ear, hold it next to your ear, and just don't go anything more than that or lower. All right? It is good to brush out your tools, make sure they're good. Get all the hair off of you so you can see what you're doing. And I always do the top last because you never know. You know, maybe you want to do something crazy or mohawk or, you know, completely cut it off. You never know. So we have fun with it. But next we're going to go to the fade. Rock number 2. I'll do this side. All right. So now we're down to a 2. How's it looking? I got all this hair going this way and that way, but we worry about that later. For the next thing, we just want to make sure it feels good. So do you feel anything that's high? You know what? I do a little bit right over here. So I'm going to put the 3 back on. Go up a little bit higher. Just fade it in. All right. Next, comb. So you can really do your thing. Move it around. Really make it poofy. See how long this is? Can't be seen like that. So then, as it's all fluffy, figure out how much you want and grip your hair behind your hands, behind your fingers. Start from the back and just freshen it up. Take a little bit off the top. Some people use the really long ones. I did that once. And you know what happened? Going through, bzz, fell off. That was the day I had a buzz cut. So never again. Only scissors for the top. But the best thing is, top's easy. Top's easy. Just want to make it a little shorter. Of course, make sure it's all even. Because if it's not even, the only thing you can do is make it messy. And I'm trying to be more professional than that, you know? Alright, so we got the back done. Once in a while, I like to go the opposite direction with, let's say, a number 5. I'm going to do that on the top of my head, back down, just to see if I missed anything. Looks good. I'll do a little 4. You know what I can do? Because that's all I'm doing. I probably could do this with my eyes closed. Alright, let's cut some more off the top. Start in the middle. Not this much, and just go up. Boop. Straight across. Go to the sides. All right. Clean. The reason I go from the back to the front is I don't want to accidentally go too short And then I have to be way too short. So I always try to be a little bit more conservative. Clean off some of this hair. Take my comb, kind of brush it, see what it's doing. My hair I always kind of push to this side. So you just gotta adjust stuff like back here. And you can see it's just too long. So cut, and then we cut, and then we cut. I normally listen to music when I'm cutting my hair, so it's a little quiet right now, so I'm just gonna have to dance. Alright, now we're going to cut towards the front. And then just a little bit over here, just round it off. Don't get too crazy doing the front though. You gotta make sure everything looks good, the sides. Because the front, that's all what you got working with. Alright. I haven't cut my bangs at all yet. I can basically keep it down like this. I don't want to cut my bangs until the very end. Alright. So next. Make sure it's all even. Don't have any real pieces of hair that are way higher. And what you do, you just go like that, like, oh, I got a few. So you just do it quick. All right. Next step, I take all this hair out of the sink. And I put it in the toilet. I don't know why the toilet, but I just like to flush. Alright, there's tons of hair on the floor too, but we'll fix that later. Now I'm just going to get my hands a little wet. A little wet. Because I need it to be exact and a little matted down. Just to make sure. Alright. Clean off. I never wear my hair like this. I don't do it. But what I want to do is make sure that when I style my hair, that it is long enough to look decent. Some people you see, they do these things in their hair and they just make a hard line. Hard line. I don't know if you can see it. But that just keeps people coming back to the barber shop and having to have it perfect. So I just keep it a little bit higher with my hairline. And then I go back with this into a number 3. Actually, this one I'm going to, number 3. Alright, so I get this side. Everything is even. Feel for anything that's kind of different. And if you can get your hands in it, you know it's a little too short or a little too long. So I got this part right over here. Put a number 4 on. Next, I'm going to use the 3 on the other side and just really make sure everything is good. But I have to look in the mirror for this one. So as it's getting shorter and longer, well, it's not getting longer, but as it's getting shorter, oh my God, look at all this hair. Maybe I do something different. Maybe I just do all forward. Yeah, not like a faux hawk, but just kind of subtly up and forward. Yeah, I guess that's a faux hawk, but no, I'm going shorter because I don't want to cut my hair for another 2 weeks. And I'm praying that I can keep up with it. So just looking at the overall length, making sure nothing's too high. And I think it looks good. Anytime you gotta go around your sideburns, just use one of these things. And then you just kind of push the hair in front of your sideburns again. Push the hair just so it comes off. Alright, now it's time for the bangs. It all depends if you want it like this, like this, like this. You do whatever you want. But all I do, because I'm just shortening it up, making it pretty much all the same. Just going to take a very little off, about a ½ inch. And I'm just following my hairline. Once I get to this part right here, this is the hardest part. You kind of have to go over here to get this stuff. And just cut it down like that. So this way it's not too bunchy on the one side. So I'm going to do it one more time. See what happens there? Gets really, really high up there. So you just have to adjust. The front's the hardest part. Everything else is very easy. Now I'm going to do the other side. click, straighten it out. And pull the hair forward. Yep, we gotta take some off there. Alright guys, so now all we have to do, wet our hands, put our hands through our hair, make sure it feels good, make sure it looks good. I don't have another mirror in here so I can't see behind me, but I can peek over my shoulder. Then I get to clean all this up because yeah, that looks like hell, you know. And since there's bumps in your head and things like that, it's not always perfectly one smooth and look perfect. But I'd say I did a pretty good job. So let me get some of this hair down the sink. I always put it down the toilet because I don't want to plug up the sink. But when it's this fine, it's fine. And next we're going to just do a few things in the back. This is the one that takes just a little extra effort. And I don't have a mirror, so I'll show you how to do it without a mirror. Take one of these and you take this off. You're at your own will now. So if you mess up, whoo, be careful. But all I do, follow down. And then go on the other side. So it's always useful to have somebody that can help you out with that, because that is not easy at all. And I think I'm going to take off a little bit more back here. Normally, guys, I can cut my hair in about 15 minutes. Maybe 20 if I'm dancing to some good songs too much. Getting a little funny. But the thing is just taking your time, being patient, and just like going around your hair, making sure it's one's not way up here and one's down here, and then everything's uniform, you know? Like I said, I always push my hair to the side a little bit, so I try to cut it a little bit longer here and shorter over here. But, you know, everything the same from here to here to here. If you have sideburns, shaping them up. And it's always good to get all the other scruff off. So, go down. I'll shave later after I get a shower, but it just feels so much better to be clean, not too scruffy, but a little scruffy. And then the last thing I do is take the one and go around my sideburns again and up into this area just to make it a little bit better. Occasionally I take it on the bottom and I just do the very bottom edge just till I can hear it. And then go over it with a 2 just to make certain. Once you get it to where you want and washed and clean, you put a little of your favorite product in there. Garnier Fructis. What I love about this, it smells so good. Put a little bit in, no more than a dime a nickel. Push it all back. And then we use our fingers, like a comb. Once you get to this stage, you will notice if you have things sticking out over here, back here, over here, which I do. So you just gotta trim it up a little bit and make sure it falls in place. If it's too long right over here, all you have to do, take your comb, and see that right there? Now you just cut it so it's even. But I gotta use the mirror. So. All right. Let's say you want to change it up altogether. As long as everything's moving forward, you make it good. If you want to get real creative, use that comb, push things in different directions. And push forward. I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm just getting goofy. Yeah, I hope you liked my video. If you need advice or help, let me know. I'm not going to give you an edge up or do anything funny. But yeah, thanks for watching. 30 minutes or less, how to cut men's hair. You can do it for kids, you can do it for adults, you can do it for women. Just careful around the ears, they will get red because you're jamming clippers in them. But I hope you had fun. Thanks for watching. I gotta get a shower. Cheers, guys.